So what I want to do here is have a quick discussion about Jessica Cruz, one of two characters who are starring in the ongoing DC Rebirth Green Lantern series. And what I'm hoping is that at the end of this video, you'll have a solid understanding of her character, as well as why she's proven to be such an important and popular character in DC Comics. So Jessica Cruz was created by writer Geoff Johns and artist Doug Mink as the final part of the Green Lantern series leading into Rebirth, but to also bolster the roster of the existing Earth-based team. Referencing my video on Hal Jordan Explained, following his introduction into DC Comics, the Green Lantern line had experienced a litany of cancellations and reboots prior to Geoff Johns taking over the concept in 2004, after which the series saw a massive upheaval, including the introductions of new cores, a retelling of the universe's origin, as well as expansions on the Lantern mythos and the timeline of its continuity. As a result, where readers previously considered the Lantern title to be lackluster, under Johns, the series experienced a massive amount of success, with many considering it to be the pinnacle of his work. Appearing for the first time in Green Lantern issue number 20 in July of 2013, Jessica Cruz is a Latin American woman who was sought out by the Ring of Volthoom, a cursed power ring inhabited by the evil spirit of Volthoom, who draws strength from the wearer's fear while simultaneously killing them. But this bit of information is actually a source of confusion. To sidetrack here, within the Green Lantern mythos and as part of Geoff Johns' Reformation, Volthoom served as the basis behind the Third Army story arc and the main antagonist and the Wrath of the First Lantern story arc, and that during the early days of the universe's history, the extra-dimensional time traveler Volthoom had encountered the Owens and tutored them in the ways of the emotional spectrum. As a result, he was offered the position as the Owens' First Lantern, after which his hubris took control, sending him into a state of madness with the intention of using the emotional spectrum to conquer all of reality. Where he was sealed away by the Owens and remained hidden from the universe for billions of years, during the Third Army and Wrath of the First Lantern events, he had emerged from stasis, seeking to draw on the full emotional spectrum as a means to remake reality. Where his defeat came at the hands of every Lantern Corps and the emotional spectrum uniting against him, confusion between the Ring of Volthoom and Volthoom himself comes in a lack of reconciliation. What I mean here is that during the events of Forever Evil, where the evil version of the Justice League from Earth 3 invaded the main DC continuity, the Crime Syndicate's version of Green Lantern was named Power Ring and used the Ring of Volthoom as a source of energy. The problem we face here is that as far as I can tell, DC has never reconciled the two, leaving us as fans to believe that the spirit of Volthoom within the Power Ring was an entirely different being from the version who appeared during the Third Army and Wrath of the First Lantern. That said, where the standard power of the Green Lanterns hails from their ability to draw strength from their own willpower as a means to conquer their fears and approach various situations with the utmost tenacity, the Ring of Volthoom exists in the opposite form in that, like the Yellow Ring of Fear, the Ring of Volthoom draws on the fear of its user, but takes it a step further by killing them over time. Now, in terms of Jessica Cruz, because the Ring of Volthoom seeks out those who experience extreme fear, Jessica was actually a perfect host. Winding the clock back to Justice League issue number 32, Geoff Johns established that Jessica had gone hunting with her friends and accidentally came across a group of men who were burying a dead body. Looking to ensure that there were no witnesses to their crime, the men killed all of Jessica's friends. While Jessica herself managed to escape, following her ordeal, she spent the next 4 years locked away in her room, suffering from extreme agoraphobia and PTSD under the fear that her friends' killers were still looking for her. At the same time, with Forever Evil seeing the death of Power Ring as part of the Crime Syndicate, the Ring of Volthoom sought out its next host, eventually settling on Jessica, owing to her extreme fear. Initially refusing and even going so far as to shoot the ring, Jessica's efforts were in vain in that the ring forced itself upon her, endowing Jessica with all of its abilities. Now, in her early appearances, unlike the Green Lanterns, Jessica was not in control of the ring on her finger. Using her body, the ring attacked a group of rescue workers, attracting the attention of both the Justice League and the Doom Patrol. While the Doom Patrol was able to reach Jessica first, by this point in time, Jessica's perception has been altered to believe that Volthoom's power over her is too strong and her fear is too great. Tying the role of Jessica into DC's overarching Darkseid War event and the eventual launch of Rebirth, under Geoff Johns, it was revealed that the ring actually has no power over Jessica if she's not afraid of it. A belief which was confirmed by Batman, who depowered the ring by coaxing Jessica into being brave and standing up for herself. Following this, both Batman and Barry Allen continue to try to help her fight the ring's influence, reminding Jessica that she has power over her fears and by extension, power over the ring, eventually allowing her to gain control of herself, sending Volthoom into a state of dormancy. Now, because Jessica remained in this kind of no man's land of DC Comics and that Earth already had several Green Lanterns and the reception to her character was lukewarm, where Jessica used the powers of the ring for good and even became a member of the Justice League, suspense on the nature of her character was maintained by having Jessica walk a knife's edge, with the possibility constantly lingering in the background that she may fall again, eventually succumbing to Volthoom's influence. While these various trials and tribulations came in her anxiety of being around crowds of people, as well as Volthoom whispering to her from the ring, Batman and the other members of the Justice League sought to give her a variety of tests and challenges to help Jessica prove to herself that she was stronger than the ring. To this end, her defining moment came during the events of Darkseid War proper, when Grail, the daughter of Darkseid, traveled to Earth with the intention of taking the Ring of Volthoom for herself and using it to bring Anti-Monitor to that reality. Using Darkseid War as a means to wrap up all loose ends, following the various members of the League being transformed into gods, with Barry Allen and the Black Racer merging into a singular entity which maintained the Black Racer's role as an aspect of the entity Death. During the final battle, Grail summoned the Black Racer and separated it from Barry Allen, leading to the Black Racer pursuing Barry under the idea that the entity requires a soul in order to return to its original state. Using this to her advantage, Jessica Cruz alongside Cyborg allowed Volthoom to take over Jessica's body in its entirety while simultaneously jumping between Barry and the Black Racer. Killing Jessica in the process and returning to its dimension, the story actually revealed that the Black Racer did not kill Jessica and instead took the spirit of Volthoom, destroying the power ring and leaving Jessica free of the spirit's control. And so spinning the events into the conclusion of Darkseid War and going into DC Rebirth, Hal Jordan had inducted Jessica into the Green Lantern Corps proper under the auspices that her bravery and willpower allowed her to overcome her fear. With that being said, we're going to bring this video to an end, and let me know how you guys feel about Jessica Cruz. I'm kind of curious. And I will catch you all later. Peace.